Car factories are normally found in some of the grimmest parts of the world. I'm talking about big, soulless, industrial...
You hear that?
Sprinklers.
Silence. Oh. The Rolls-Royce factory is located in the middle of a national park, surrounded by hundreds of thousands of trees, beautiful lakes, tweeting birds. It's unlike any other production facility we've ever been to. This is going to be exciting. Let's check it out.
So here we are at Rolls-Royce's Goodwood manufacturing facility, and this is where they make the Wraith, the Ghost, the Phantom and the New Dawn. Not this again.
This is actually very, very quiet for a car production facility. It's amazing that there's not more sounds. There's a reason for that.
Okay, tell me.
Robots. They don't exist in this factory.
Well, that's not strictly true. There is one in the paint facility, but Fionn's right. There's actually a man down there pushing a body by himself. There's no motor, there's no tractor, he's just pushing bodies around the workshop, but I'm fascinated. We've got to go and see more of this.
Right, so this is where the robots live, in the paint shop, and it takes a minimum of 1 week to do an entire car.
In fact, it can take up to 2 weeks if you want a special finish on your paint. The sky is the limit in this place.
The finished cars will have up to 45 kilos of paint on their bodies.
And there's an incredible amount of choice. I mean, there's 44,000 different shades of colours you can choose for your Rolls-Royce.
And what's this?
I'm glad you mentioned that, mate. That's your favourite lipstick. You can have that colour matched and your car painted in that.
Done. And how cool is this coach lining?
Yeah, it's pretty intricate. In fact, that's done by one man, and a typical thing like this takes about 3 hours. He does it by hand without any rulers.
And he uses squirrel hair paintbrushes for their soft, fine finish. After hours and hours of hand polishing, the painted bodies then come out here.
From then on, the body is put on a trolley and pushed just here to the production line. It takes around 400 hours for each car to be hand built, but if you go for a bespoke option, it could take up to 12 months for your car to be completed. I reckon this is a bit of you, Fionn.
Nah, this is more my colour. But how do they find orange cows? The quality of leather, very high quality. They only use European cattle, and they try to use those from high altitudes.
That's because at high altitudes there's less bugs and 0 fences for the animals to damage the skin on.
And it takes up to 450 different pieces of leather just to upholster one Rolls-Royce Phantom.
The leftover leather may also end up in a handbag because both Louis Vuitton and Hermes take the offcuts.
Once the leather's been stretched, cut and stitched, it's upholstered onto the seats and then gets put into the cars. Still have no idea where they get orange cows from. What's happening behind us right now is what they call Starlight headlining. This is for a Rolls-Royce Wraith, and basically they're stitching thousands and thousands of optic fibre through the roof.
And it's a really, really labour-intensive process. This behind takes about 10 to 12 hours for the typical Rolls-Royce. It's become a huge option in all models, including the Phantom. In fact, I've been told not one Phantom leaves a factory without it being optioned. You can have your company logo, you can have anything you want.
So I could even have a...
No, you can't have that. This is the part of the factory where they store this. Let's try and pull one out here and not ruin it. Now this is enough for a full-sized Phantom here. It takes about 500 hours for that to become an actual dashboard, which is mind-blowing. Also, the wood it's mounted on also takes another week to make as well, so just imagine that, just for your wooden dashboard. Here is a bit of royal walnut here, all the way from Australia, and this will be in some lucky guy's Phantom in about 6 weeks' time.
Making the process even more labour intensive is the fact that all the wood veneers are hand sanded. The level of craftsmanship, the attention to detail is off the scale.
Apparently Rolls-Royce's quality control has pulled this off the production line, and you know, it's circled the fault is, but to my eyes I can see nothing wrong, but obviously it's not good enough for Rolls-Royce, so it's not good enough for the production car. This is a very special moment. The Spirit of Ecstasy has just been fitted and is about to be tested.
Hidden beneath it are 24 linkages and bearings that allow it to retract, and it will even detect if someone's trying to steal it and hide beneath the car.
I love seeing all this, and this behind us is actually for Ghost Series 2, so it's the 420 kilowatt 6.6 litre V12 twin turbo, and I did have to check that because I couldn't tell from looking at it. We're about to see the most important part of any Rolls-Royce's birth. It's a process called the marriage. It's where the powertrain are mated with the body that's suspended just above. Until this happens, a Rolls-Royce is not considered a true Rolls-Royce. Some owners are so enthusiastic about this ceremony that they jet in from all over the world to witness their car being born.
It might not look like there's much happening here on the production line, but that's because the process is never rushed. Rolls-Royce is all about checking, double checking, and then checking again.
It's really fascinating, and these production areas are so clean, it's incredible. So there we have it, hot off the press, a freshly born Rolls-Royce Dawn, and doesn't it look lovely? I guess now it's off to its customer.
Not quite. There's still 2 hours of hand polishing to go, then it goes on a road test, and then every single point of the car is rigorously checked, and then, only then, will the car go to its customer.